Oh, my bad. There we go.
What's going on? Were you eating dinner?
Yeah, man. You know, I got the kids. I was doing the kid
I
thing,
know,
man.
I know. Priorities.
I mean, I had
Oh, we
definitely,
prepared. We good.
definitely, definitely,
This is live. We're on IG Live. I'm so glad that you're
definitely.
here.
What's up?
And
What's up? What's up? It's
so, as you know,
beautiful to meet you. Beautiful to meet you.
so nice to meet you. This is the face behind the brand. I was just explaining to some folks that are on here because, of course, we're all artists, right? But I think,
Definitely.
just by who I am as a person, I always like to just, kind of show who other people are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I stay true to that because I love music. As you know now, I'm from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Born
for
and
sure.
raised. I'm from,
Yeah,
met 58th and Seminary, born over there. Grew up in
yeah,
the house over there. And just, my love is for, of course, the town. So it's all about town
definitely.
business tonight.
For sure.
So tell
For sure.
everybody who Bizzel is.
So basically, I mean, so I'm just I feel like I'm an artist, more than just me being just a writer. I feel like I'm an artist from East Oakland, California, just like you. I was raised on 73rd, you feel me?
75.
Wells Street,
Mm-hmm.
you feel me? Like, I went to Parker Elementary, walked up and down, I mean, I feel like I'm just I feel like I'm a well-rounded artist. I feel like I'm somebody who got something to give to the world. I feel like I can help the world, you feel me?
Absolutely.
So definitely I feel like I could do more than what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just continue to push forward with the music because I got a passion and a love for it because it just comes out. So
Well, it's very
I continue to
important,
do it.
and it's good music that you're putting out. So
Definitely, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
you saw the post,
For real.
the post, of course, that I immediately was just like, oh my God. I mean, just bars for
Yeah,
days,
for sure, for sure.
gas all over the place. I was just like, I
For
kept,
sure,
I know we got the big hit right now that's out, thinking about you. And I
for
started
sure.
playing that a little bit, and I'll play that in the background for some folks that are not familiar. But
Yes, man.
that is a song that recently, of course, you just dropped with Kedra. And
Kedra. Yes.
that's produced by Contraband Beats, your brother.
Yeah. That's my dog,
So
for
that's a big
sure.
blessing, of course. Shout out again to Contraband Beats because, of course, he made this happen.
Yeah,
And tell me a little bit more
that's my
about the
dog.
song, and I'm playing it. I hope can you guys hear it okay?
I hear that thing. Yeah, I hear that thing.
Okay. So tell
For
me
sure. I mean,
how this process went. How did this come about? The writing, hooking up with Kedra. Tell me all about it.
so basically me and Kedra, like, we just one day she just randomly hit me out the blue like we gotta do something.
Yeah.
And I was just, doing my research on her and I was like, damn, she raw.
Yeah.
And she was telling me how she write all her own music and how strong and bold she was. Like she came at me on some strong and bold black power woman stuff. So like I got so much love for black women, like, so
No.
that's for sure my thing. Like, y'all everything. Like I was raised by my grandmother, so y'all everything.
Absolutely.
So for sure. So
Oh,
she's so raw, she came with the music she was coming with and she had me just like amazed at how she write.
yes.
So we did a song like maybe like 2 years ago. It's probably 3 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
And we wrote the song so fast, we clicked, like it was just our chemistry was too easy. So I told her that like we definitely got to do something for me. Like we gonna keep like the song was for her, the first song.
The vibe.
So I was like, definitely. And I said that now we got to do one for me, and
Yes.
that's just how we bounce off each other, like do songs with each other now. Like I think that relationship gonna go forever. You feel me? 'Cause
Absolutely. And I think it's just so,
definitely,
it's so relevant because, it's what happens today, whether you got your boo thing or you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You're
for sure.
you're thinking about your loved ones, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Or sometimes you go through those challenges, those little rough
Most def.
relationships. So the visual definitely
Yeah,
shows, it exudes everything that you're talking about in the song.
yeah.
And I think
And I for sure wanted to put out that vibe, like, like the music I grew up on. Like, it was so many songs with a rapper and a singer on the hook. Like, them was the type of songs that I liked when I was a kid. So,
mm-hmm.
like, that's the kind of music and vibe I want to push out. Like, I want to push out all of that. I just want to push out the positivity right now. That's all I'm really, you feel me, about right now.
And we need that right now, right?
For sure. As a people, for sure, we like I'm on us getting together. Like I got so much music that I haven't put out. It's so much stuff that I'll never put out now just because of the climate of the world. Like, and I feel like that'll be me going backwards. Like I don't want to go backwards. Like
Absolutely
it,
not. Yeah.
I feel like I'm evolving into something different. Like you
Yeah.
feel me? Like, and I just gotta accept that. Like everybody not gonna be this artist or that artist. You gonna have to fall into where you fall in at and
Exactly.
get there and learn it. You feel me? Because that's what I feel like I'm turning into. But
Mm-hmm.
it's all emotion. So
Yeah.
I can't really call no music. You feel me? It just come out how it come out.
Well, I felt your energy. Okay. I mean, this is
So
not to knock anybody else's energy or anything like that, but I'm like, I'm going through a process myself. Like I said, you're
yeah,
my fifth guest. So
but hey,
I just launched this last.
big five.
It's crazy. I launched this last week,
Feel me?
and again, we're in the middle of this pandemic, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
there's got to be something
for
else I'm
sure.
supposed to be doing besides music, and this helps me take
Yeah,
myself off my own mind because I go through challenges as an artist too.
yeah,
Things happen. Something tries to stop me. Something tries. You know what I'm saying? So the way
for
I
sure.
focus in is by focusing on others. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And especially others who are true. Real people who are putting out, real music. And right now we need that.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
so let's talk a little bit about that. I want to back all the way up to where this all came from, as far as how old were you when you discovered that you were a hip hop artist?
Man, I feel like I thought I was a hip hop artist a long time ago. Like I always as a kid, I always was a kid, rapping in the mirror, but I never had my own song. Well, I did have my own songs actually, but like I love to like redo people's songs and like
Covers. Mm-hmm.
I used to do that all the time. Like I used to be in the mirror with it, and I thought I would like feel like I was that person. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
it made me. I always wrote poems though, and I wrote stories like as a
Really?
kid.
Okay.
Yeah, as a
Okay.
kid, that's where I really came from. Like,
That's what's up.
but for sure, as a kid, I always made up stories like all the time, like about a turtle or random anything. You feel me? So it all turned that jumped into me like writing actual songs. But at first, I never wanted to do it. All my partners was doing it too. So by the time I got to high school, like they had a whole hip hop club at my high school that taught us about the whole five elements of hip hop
Oh
and
my
the
goodness.
B boys for sure. I went to Oakland High for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, so shout out to Dame too. I know Dame went there. I know they supposed to have a game
Wow.
today, and they boycotted it. They boycotted their game today. So shout out to everybody in the NBA right now because they are not playing right now.
No,
Hey, but that's a whole nother topic. But we'll get there for sure. But
yeah, yeah.
definitely, so it just made me feel like I could make songs when I got down there with all my partners at the hip hop club. So
Mm-hmm. Nice.
so basically, I feel like high school made me solidify myself as like a hip hop artist or a writer or whatever you want to call it.
And let me pause for a second because we got
For sure.
25,000 steps ahead of IG. So if anybody out there, of course, that knows me personally and that knows Bizzel, do me a favor and screen record this just so that we have a backup to the backup to the backup.
For
Because
sure.
because
Yeah.
I'm learning that from last week. Like I experienced so much stuff, and I'm so proud of myself for just like, okay,
Hey, that's dope.
keep going. So yes, anybody
Yeah, rolling with them punches.
get the screen record and then DM it to either myself or Bizzel. I would appreciate that.
For sure.
So that's very important. So share with me some of the challenges that you would say that you face as a recording artist, as a hip hop artist.
For me, I was like, I really think like the main thing for me, like honestly, like the confidence level always been high. I always thought like I made top notch music. It was just always the exposure and the promotion for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that was all that still to this day. Well, now that right is I mean like the last 5 or 6 months, I think I figured something out. And I don't want to put it on the recording or that because I finally figured it out. I'm gonna keep it to myself for a minute, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just to see if it worked. If it worked, I spread it to the world, but I don't want to put it out there if it don't work. But I think I figured out a promo tool. But for me, it's always been promotion. Like I feel like if the right people hear what I'm talking about or how I'm coming, somebody gonna be like, oh yeah, like we could you feel me? We could do
Yeah.
something with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't even want nobody to come holler at me and say they can do something with that. I just want to get heard by the right amount of people to where because I'm already in the independent game already like I'm already understanding it so
Yeah.
like I don't want nobody to come swoop me up I just need my music to get heard by the right amount of ears you feel me That's
And I
it's just promo for
feel
me
you. I do. I think
for sure.
it's something, and that's I want to go into a tribute song. I'll go all the way back to the tribute song that you did called "Who Knew," right? Was
For
that,
sure.
or was it what was it called? The tribute to Nipsey Hussle. Who knew? Am I saying it?
It's Who Knew. Yeah, my man Tay off the top put me on that for his little 2020 Vision album he did for
Yeah.
sure.
So
About
speaking of
he
having your own business and what he, of course, left us to know and to believe,
definitely,
let's talk about that. Go into that,
definitely.
please.
So for me, looking at all the stuff Nip was doing, and then not even just him, like people like Fab, like 'cause Mr. Fab is heavy to me, like he huge because like he's showing us all that like we could definitely like I know people like from like like people that's in the streets heavy or people that's whatever you want to call them that like turning into businessmen. You feel me? And it's because like we definitely could do that. Like and we've been programmed so much to think that oh this is not possible for us or we can't do that. But like damn, like we figure like we can do anything
We
now.
can do
So
anything.
I for sure. So for me, like it's just that though. Like and for the music, I just feel like I damn near I can manage it now. I just need the ears on it.
Yeah.
If I get the ears on it,
Yeah.
it's over for me.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Well, that's
For
important.
sure.
I thought that was powerful because he's someone, of course, that definitely I'm inspired by, and I was inspired,
So
also too by Kamaya. There's a lot of people, a lot of
yeah, for sure.
female producers and artists who started their own label. I look at even producers
Yes,
like Missy Elliott and just so many people who
for sure.
it's saying you
Definitely,
can do this. You don't have to have and of course we think about capital, right? We think about you got to have
definitely.
$1 million or $50,000 and all these things. But I'm learning just to like really just step into the mission of it. Like even me just starting with this, like this can be something greater than me, and
Yeah,
I won't even say it can be. It is something greater.
definitely. There you go.
I was taught to put
For
myself,
sure.
to the background, and then of course, pull others ahead, and of course that will pull me ahead. So
That's beautiful.
that is why like I said, I was vibing with you.
Yeah,
One of the other
that's what's
songs,
up.
of course, that I was listening to, and it's crazy. The last few days, it's been on repeat.
For
Last
sure.
year's, I think, a song you did with D. Spencer. So
Okay.
it's called "The Check."
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I like
That's
that
what I'm
vibe.
saying. If enough people hear that, that's what I be saying.
That
That's
is
all I be
hot.
trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really slapped
Appreciate it.
in my car. I was just
For
like,
sure. Appreciate that. Yeah, like me and him, like that, like that's one of the first people I was rapping with. Like when I met him, he had like 3 or 4 albums. Like y'all gotta link up. He's a
yes,
good talk too.
yes,
Because he had 3 or 4 albums before I even like got to like he was in the hip hop club.
wow,
He had 3 albums done before I got there. Like and I was just playing. I was I would at lunchtime I wouldn't go rap. I would go cat off, play,
wow,
do whatever, go to the store. He be in the studio. You
wow,
feel me? Like I learned studio work from him for sure, cooking.
wow.
So him and Gully, like Gully was down there too. Like Gully's like he on his hiatus right now. Today is birthday actually, so shout out to Gully. That's my brother for forever, for sure. For sure. They was down there cooking all the time. So it was like it just made it kind of like easy for me. So yeah, we made that easily and we bounce off each other so easily and so beautifully, like
So there was
for sure.
4 of you, right? As far as the original members of YH, Young
Yep,
Hustlers.
yeah. There's definitely 4 of us for sure.
Okay, you guys are
For
all
sure, it's me. Yep, Gully, Chris, and D. And Lil Chris just dropped his EP called Born Ready too.
okay. We're gonna have to get a little Chris and D. Spencer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn both of them in to let you know what's going on with them real quick too, because
that would be wonderful. I hope. Are they tuned in?
definitely
Do you think they're on right now?
they should be. I'm not sure where they at, but I
If
know
not,
I just was talking to a couple
I'll
of
be
them.
sure to post it after. That's why I said it with
Definitely,
posting if somebody's recording. And then
definitely.
how are we on time? I know did you take care of the kids, homework and everything? Good?
Oh yeah, no, we cool. No, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm cool. I was zooming and booming, all of that. You feel me? So
Okay.
they cool. Everybody cool right now.
So we
we
talked
cool. I
about
got some time.
a little bit of something in the beginning, and you said as far as being heard, you just want your music to be heard. What is the actual message that you want to? What is the message that you want to deliver? What is the message that you want to give to the fans, to the people, to the world?
Well, for me, the main thing is I just want people to know that, like, I can like I can make music like for because really the end game ain't for me. It's for me to be in the forefront, the big star. I want to write for people. Like I want to be the pen.
Wow.
Like I want to definitely like I want to just write for people. Like I can be in the studio and write.
Mm-hmm.
I want to write like I want to write songs for people. Like
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
like I want to write Rihanna and Beyonce a song. Like
Oh,
people stuff like for real. Like I want to do that. I want to not even just them. Like Trey songs. Like somebody like I want to write songs like
okay.
because. But I gotta prove that I can make music sound good. So like that's how I think it's gotta happen. I know I could just go pitch a few songs to people like, but I do want to still do my artist thing too. So like
Well,
it's like a 60-40 thing for
yeah.
me, you know?
And it's all possible. It's definitely
Definitely,
possible, Bizzle.
definitely
And you've already proven yourself to me. Okay, so I
for sure.
like to be on the list of the songs.
That's what's up.
I like
Okay,
the songs
okay,
for me.
yeah. I'm putting some stuff together. I'm putting together a package
Thank you,
for
kind.
sure,
I'm serious too.
for sure.
So,
Okay, definitely, definitely. That's what I want to do. Like I want to help people get their message out. You know what I mean? Because everybody can't write, but some people got beautiful
yeah.
voices or they got the best image or whatever you want to call it. I want to just help people get there with that. You
And
feel
the
me?
lyrics are
Or
so crucial, right? I mean, yeah,
definitely,
we could look the part and we could be what
definitely,
who we referred to it
definitely.
last week. I was speaking to somebody. Yeah, I think when I was talking to E-Rain, we were talking about that. Like it's when it comes to being gimmicks, you don't want to be
For
a
sure.
gimmick,
Definitely. For
And
sure not.
something that even stuck with me from my interview with him was he was saying, only the real survive in this game.
For sure.
So it's
That's
like
real.
if you think you're gonna come in and be this commercial figure, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
It's like
sure. No.
it only lasts for so long and then people kind of see
There's no target.
see
Yeah.
who you really are. So I see that
For sure.
I saw, like I said, in that one instant,
Hmm.
everything you were saying, so relevant right now because and we'll go into this is the question I'll have for you because a lot of times you get, of course, the naysayers, you get the snakes, the sneaky,
Yeah.
the ones that want to slither in and pretend like they're close to you, but they're really not. And that pretty much
Most definitely.
that whole verse right there pretty much
Yeah.
hit the nail on the head. You know what I'm saying? So how do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with the adversity, with the hate, with the just any of it? I mean,
For me, like honestly, like it I it all channels into music. So like I almost need it
mm,
to a point because you know what I mean. Like or it's almost like I don't know if you watched that Last Dance, and I ain't trying to say I'm Michael Jordan or nobody, but he used to find reasons to play a good game. Like you know what I mean. He'd be like, oh you said I wore the wrong shoes, or like he'll do anything. Like oh whoa, 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 you think you're better than me? Oh you saying that player can score more points than me? Little stuff like that. Like and I'm not a competitive person,
right.
but I know it's like I feel like that it helps fuel the fire. Like I don't it's like put a chip on my shoulder. Like right now I'm 32. Like I feel like if I would have been heard at 22, because I've been rapping for a long time. If I would have been heard at 22, I wouldn't have accepted it the right way. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been for me. So I would have my head wouldn't have been right. So
Right. Well, at least you know
now
that. You're aware
for
of
sure
that because at this point, even at 32, I mean, you're still so young. You know what I'm saying? I'm
for
not
sure
gonna
for
tell you
sure.
how old I am, so we just gonna keep it at that. But
Yeah, we was born the same year. I know.
and that's right. Thank
Hmm.
you. Yeah, but
It was a good year.
it's the whole point that
For sure.
there's so much. You have so much time, Bizzel. I mean, so much time.
Definitely.
So, and
Definitely.
I think it's important too for people to realize, like you just said, it's not about the fame of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Definitely.
we really have to put like something that's really more potent out there than just the flash and the lights. You know what I'm saying? Because
Definitely.
people, and again, in the mid, I always want to go back to this. We're in the middle of a shift.
For sure.
It's not just the pandemic itself. We're in the middle of where people are hurting, people are dying, people have lost people. People
Definitely.
are lost. They've lost their job. They've lost their home.
Yes.
Whatever. And
For
where
sure.
we are right here in the Bay Area, we just went through 400 fires.
Yes.
So you've got
We can't even keep the windows open.
yes, you got the COVID, you got the other COVID,
Man.
and then you got the fires.
Come on. What are
So
we gonna do?
we really need to have people like you putting out this type of music and speaking
Definitely.
real and not just wanting the
Definitely.
whole fame by it. So I appreciate you saying that. I want to ask you
That's
this.
love.
how do you feel about the internet? I mean, how do you feel the internet has actually impacted the music business? I mean, in the last 10 years, I mean, it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah. So I feel like it's made it it's like good and a bad thing. Like, people use it in a good way and some people use it in a bad way. Some people are hypersexual, some people are this, some people are hyper gangsters, some people are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like people use it in, some people use it in a good way though, like, because I see people like using it, like, for me, like, I always tell people like, oh bro, if I wasn't an artist, like, I probably wouldn't have an Instagram, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I like, it's a tool that, like, it's beautiful for if you using it right, like, but if you on there trolling talking about, Megan, you got shot in the foot, like,
Right.
then you feel me, I don't get where you coming from, you know what I mean? It brings out all of those people, so
Yeah.
that's the bad, but then you also can show all those people your art, you feel me? Because some of them really love your music, they just trash it, like, they don't know how to type or they don't know what to say, so they say hateful shit, you feel me? Like, they don't really get,
So
you
it's
feel me? I don't know how people don't get that.
a double
Yeah, it's a double-edged
a
sword.
double-edged sword,
Most
so,
definitely.
so to speak.
Most definitely.
So tell
Most
me,
definitely.
especially being that your brother is Contraband Beats, and we
Most definitely.
were waving at us. Who is that? Miss
What's up, y'all?
Nola. How are you? She said, "Hey, Queen."
What's up with it?
Um,
It's love. It's love.
what are some of the things that I won't go into, just him, but what advice have you received from other musicians? Like, of course, this producer, Contraband Beats, or anyone else. What good advice have they given you?
Honestly, like, I always people are very motivating, like, especially somebody like Contraband, like, he say stuff to me, like, because sometimes, obviously you be feeling like, all right, bro, nobody hear this, so I don't want to do this no more. And you're like, bro, you got something,
Yes.
you just got to keep going. So people tell me stuff like that all the time, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that helped keep me going, because it's easy to be like, oh, bro, I could just do anything else, like, or like, I could just go harder at my job, or I could or you feel me, because
Yes.
it's not easy to make music and get it heard. Like,
No.
that is the hardest part. Like, it's easy. Like, for me, like, now I could go to the studio right now and do 8 songs,
Wow.
and
My God.
it'll be like, oh yeah, we just knocked out 8 songs, bro. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But getting them heard, it's gonna take 8 years. So it's like, that's the
Yeah.
hard part.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
but
the
if you
only
just
thing for
have that
me,
one, you could just have that one. Because I'm a believer of, obviously I'm gonna always bring God into everything. I'm
for
sure
sure.
watching this. This is me. I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer in God. I may not be sanctified religious, but I am very spiritual and I believe in God.
No,
I know who He is.
I appreciate that for sure too.
And
I'm with you.
like, this is not a coincidence. Me meeting E-Rain, Contraband. I mean, all of this is not just because. It's the perfect timing. And so I want to say that
Most definitely.
you could be one person away from your next.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
So don't think it's
Most definitely.
15 songs. You've been at it already for over 15, 20 years.
For sure.
The
For sure.
overnight success is 10 or 15 years. You know that, right?
Most deaf.
So,
Like, and for me, like, I know, I understand, like I don't never expect to go viral. Like, all right, I'm not gonna go viral. I get it.
yeah.
But like, I know, like, I get motivated for, like, especially people like you. Like it happens. And they don't need to happen every day. Like, it can get 3 months here, 4 months there. Then, like, damn, I just got through the year off all straight motivation.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's cool. It works out like that for me every year. Like, bad stuff happens all the time. I mean, like, every other week it feel like. But then, like, something good to be like, oh yeah, we good.
Yeah.
Oh, we lit.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I ain't tripping.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
aside from music, if you weren't doing music, and if you just had never discovered that this is the love that you do, what else would you be doing outside of music?
That is a good question. That is a great question. I don't know. Actually, what's crazy is I was just talking to somebody about it. Like, well, when I graduated with a 383. And one of my counselors was hella mad because I didn't apply for no colleges, but
Wow.
I was broke and I didn't want to go to college. So, you know what I mean? So it was like, all my family was out here and I had no money. So it was like, I don't want to go to college. So I probably would have went into, like, law or some type of medicine. But when I found out it was 8 years to be a doctor, I was like, ooh, I don't know about 8. But I could have did 8, like, right now, because then I got partners that graduated and I was like, damn, 8 years passed? Now I could have did that and I could have been Dr. Me. You feel me? So Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
So I would probably fool around and did something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was into that.
Well, I'm like you. I went to Cal State Hayward for 2 years. When it was called Cal State Hayward. It's now, of course,
Yeah,
East Bay now. I don't know what that's
I was
about.
about to say, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know whose idea that was, but I went there for 2 years and I
For
stopped.
sure.
It's just, it wasn't for me. I just, you know, I want to sing. I want to sell something and make some money, you know. So
Yes,
I
Lord.
ended up going into a whole different field. I was selling
For
eyeglasses
sure.
for almost 15 years, you know. So
You said glasses?
yeah, I was actually.
I don't even got my glasses on, but I'm the
I
blindest person in the world.
You know what's crazy? I was the Ray-Ban rep for 12 years. So
For real?
the master you had on in that video, I used to sell them to
Uh-huh.
all the doctors.
That's though. It's crazy. I just don't got my glasses on. I am blind.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
What?
Can you see me? No.
I can see you. I can see up close, but you don't be down the street nowhere. It's over. That's my secret. But I'm gonna get my contacts too, so I'm be able to trick people like they don't know if I can see or not. So
Well, you got another calling I'm noticing. I think you also are a comedian too. I think
that's like funny. That's funny. I always say this about comedians. I got the utmost respect for comedians, and comedians always say, "Man, I couldn't get on stage and rap no song." I'm like, "No, I couldn't get up stage and say no jokes, bro,
right.
and expect to be funny." Like sometimes people tell me I'm funny, but like you gotta be funny if you're a comedian. You know what I mean? Like
funny because if they stop laughing and start staring at you,
that's your job. Now, when I go up there and do that song, I know in my heart that song is what it is. You feel me? Like, so I could do that easily. Like, oh yeah, this is my song. I'm Bizzel, blah blah blah.
Right.
But is this joke funny? I don't know. My mama laughs at everything I say, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy.
What would you do? What would you do? So you told me the other day. So you have 2 kids?
I got 2 sons for sure.
Okay, how old are they?
I got a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Okay, well I commend you because one of the first things
Yes, Lord.
when we were setting up the interview, you said, "Let me make sure that my baby's homework, you know,
Yeah,
let's take care of the homework first, and then let's do it."
I got to do that.
I'm totally glad.
For sure, we doing cyber school. Like, you know what I mean? It's different. It's crazy. Like, so I'm just trying to be on top of that and have the teachers know that they got somebody, because you know you gotta support them too. Like they going through something too. So we gotta support the teachers. Like, so I'm trying to help them and be in the mix with that. My girl she's very good about that too. She's a teacher also. So like we deep on education about these boys, and they gonna learn what we need them to know. So they gonna be solid. Like, you know what I mean? Like I have no worries for that education wise. Obviously the world is what it is, but
well, you seem to have
they gonna be solid.
Pretty straight, brother. And I just want, like I said,
That's what's up.
I want to go into a question, of course, I've asked everybody since, you know, last week, which is crucial because it's where we are right now. You know, the first pandemic hit in March 16th when everybody was told to stay home because of the quarantine.
Right after my birthday.
Oh my God, what was your birthday? What day?
March the 8th. The 8th.
What is that? You a Pisces?
Yes, Lord.
Oh, okay.
Even though I don't believe in zodiacs, I always say I ain't know.
Well,
don't tell me.
I know what you are. No, I'm kidding.
You sound like my sister. Yeah, I know.
I know all about you. No, I'm just kidding. No, but so basically,
you do.
Yes, I do. Everything stopped right after your birthday, March 16th.
Yeah.
We're all told, you know, COVID-19 has hit. It's a big plague-like thing, and stay home. Then, of course, you know, a month, not even a month later, of course, George Floyd was murdered right on television. You know, what has this been like for you in the last, I want to say, 3 months with dealing with all of that?
So first, so that's deep, because first the COVID hit, right, and I'm trying to explain that to the kids, and they like, oh, we can't go outside because it's Corona outside. It's crazy. It's a little funny, but it's crazy. They think Corona is the air at first. You know what I mean? So that's hard to explain. That's hard to get over. And then the George Floyd stuff happened, and my 10-year-old son he might grow up and be an activist because he's on it. He's on point. He's like, wait a minute, like. He pays attention to that type of stuff, and I didn't like. It's not like I'm pointing out like, son, you see that, or son, you see this. He's on it. So the whole situation for that is like, it's so hard for me to talk to them about it. It's not hard for me to talk to them about. Let me retract that.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me to navigate with them because they are gonna grow up and be black men out here. So that's difficult. Period.
Yeah.
And then the school, and mix it in with the school. And then it just turns it into a big ass bonkers situation. So for me, it's hard, but it's easy at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like I've already been teaching them anyway. Like I've already been preparing them. So I always wanted them to be. I didn't want them to be homeschooled, but it was like I wasn't the king of like, oh yeah, go to public school and that's the end of your education anyway. So
Mhm.
it's like I get to put my fingers on that more anyway. So to sum it all up, it has been crazy, and I know it's not just for me. It's a
For
bunch of people.
everybody,
Like
for all
a
of
lot
us.
of people losing. You feel me? People losing all kinds of money, all kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it is actually hella sad. So it's like the best we can do is just try to like be inspiration to people, try to uplift people, try to help people. You feel me?
Yeah, we got Miss New Orleans who just said, "You're a father, you're not a baby daddy."
Oh,
So.
for sure. My bad. Did I say that? My bad. Did I say it wrong? My fault. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
My bad. Yeah, you know.
yeah. So.
All hands on deck. All hands on deck.
I mean, hey, that's again big ups because again we know, and it could be
Yeah,
moms that are not, stepping up. So I mean, we again commend
for
you
sure.
for what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
And again,
Appreciate
because
it
of
for
the
sure.
pandemic, there's a lot of kids, yes, at home, and some parents are probably going crazy. But at the same time, I think all of this is not a coincidence. Your kids are
Yeah.
supposed to be at home with you. They're not always
Come on.
being taught by teachers at school. I'm not a parent,
No,
but
but you're right. You hitting it on the nose.
yeah, yeah. Because I've
Cause
heard
how can
people.
you not deal with your little kids?
How could
Them
you
your
not?
kids.
One lady was on the news fussing and she was mad about it. Like, when are they opening back up? It's like, those are your babies. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
okay. They can be there with you. It's
Yeah.
all right.
You know?
Yeah, it's all right. It's gonna be
So,
okay.
so I think a lot of this has been,
Yeah.
very eye-opening. Like I said, it's given me time
Yeah.
to put myself back into it because I had paused my own music for a minute. I'm just like, in the middle of this pandemic, not only did I put out, a single, but I produced a single, which I've never produced anything in my life. And
That's
then, of course,
beautiful.
it's crazy.
Oh yeah. Now I got to go hear that. What?
So yeah,
That's
I
beautiful.
think yeah, it's on my account. You're gonna know my name. It's about what's going on. It's the protest. So that was the first one I've ever produced. Every
I
other
love
one
that.
that I always
Okay.
work with producers and other
Okay.
people. So and then my other
That's
question
right.
I wanted to ask you, speaking of people, who is your favorite? So who do you admire? What songwriter or artist do you admire?
Musically, you talking about basically.
Musically, yes.
Um, but the number one top never will ever change has always been Tupac. It's because it's because of his versatility. It's not because he's the hardest gangster in the world. It was because he was able to touch so many different lanes.
Yes.
And I feel like I can do that. Like not like him, but I feel like I can do that too.
What you
I
doing?
everything
You're doing.
for sure. That's for sure. Trying to do that. Trying to be versatile. Because for me, I like people that can do other stuff. So he was always number one for me. It's crazy when I bring up this next person because people always be like, "Damn, bro, you used to listen to that." I mean, I used to listen to everything. I used to look up to Ja Rule so
Oh
much
yeah, that rules hot.
because he made hit rap. But I mean, the street dudes is more like, "Oh, bro, you listen to Ja Rule, blah, 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 blah." You know how that goes. So I gotta I'm always true to myself though. I always tell people my truth. I'm always listen to R&B, all that. So,
Yeah.
but he was always like the way his music sounded. It was flawless. Like there was like no scene. There was no like hiccups in none of the music he was putting out. It was all like you know what I mean. That
Yeah.
when you love me, all them songs with Ashanti and Charlie Baltimore, all that
Hot.
he was not missing. He was
Yeah.
the king. So
He's putting out
like
hits.
he was putting out hits. So I always liked him. Like it's a bunch of people. Like I'm inspired easily though. So
Yeah. Well,
it's a bunch of people.
if you could change one thing about the industry, what would it be?
The music industry. One thing I would change the popularity stuff. Like I would make it all off like who's really him. Like not off of who really did what or who's done. Like it would be off of who really got the pen. You feel me?
Yes.
For me.
Yeah.
So because I mean some people buy their way in. Like I ain't never had enough money at the one time to buy my way in. I always had other stuff to do. So it can't really buy your way in. Some people really got money to buy their way in. So
Yeah.
like I've seen it. Like damn, bro, you just bought his way in, huh? Like
Yeah.
you got money.
But like
You
what
got
we
money.
talked
You can do
about
that.
before, though, if they're
It don't
not
last.
real,
It don't last.
you
Yeah,
can
it
have
don't
$1 million
last.
because a lot of people got $1 million.
But
If you got to pay to get in, that says
for
something,
sure. That says something. The music got to speak for itself, and that's why it's always been my thing. That's why we were talking about the comedian stuff. Like I stand on that stage and play the song and not rap a line. I want it to speak for itself. You feel me? So not on no cocky shit either. Like on some confident shit. You feel me?
We got
Yes,
another
Lord.
comment. Miss New Orleans said she's tired of women being exploited in the industry or in general.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. That's for sure. Because I mean, women, especially our women, or my black women, like are super special. Like
Yeah.
we like I've been a part of it too. Like I'm not gonna be no super hypocrite either. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
we've been doing them back. Cause like
Yeah.
that ain't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, like we gotta remember, we got mama, sister, just like anything else, anybody, anything else. Like, what happened if somebody was doing that to your sister, bro? Like, I got so many sisters, it's easy for me to put myself in that situation. But
Absolutely.
I was a young man before, stupid in the mind. But I got so many sisters, bro. Like, it's too easy
Oh,
for me to side with the women for sure.
yeah.
Too easy for
Absolutely.
sure.
Well, so what's next for Bizzel? So we got the hot single out right now. Thinking about you. What's next? Because I want to know about that song that I posted. What's up with that song? What's going on with that?
So for me right now, I got that. I got that. So right now I'm on the single hype. Like what I was saying earlier.
Okay.
I think I found a promotional tool that might help me to put out more music more frequently on a month to month basis. I just want to make sure it is what they saying it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
So I got stuff loaded up, ready to go right now. Ready to go. I got stuff from Contraband that I'm supposed to touch that I ain't even touched. I got some stuff that I have touched that he know we finna go touch. So it's just a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of work to do too. I'm in a good position right now because I got work to do and I got work done. So I feel like what's next is just a few singles. I'm just gonna come single until I feel like it's a great enough time for me to drop an album.
Okay.
But I'm getting loading these singles up, and I gotta have visuals and videos for everything. So I gotta have visuals.
I was going to ask you that next. I've actually kind of run into a situation, with my particular visuals that I won't talk about because we're not interviewing me right now. But
Okay.
tell me how important that is. I mean, I know how important it is, as I see it when a person puts it together and can put them out both at the same time. But how important is it for a recording artist to put together visuals and the music and the single at the same time?
Well, for me, it doesn't necessarily have to be at the same time, but I do feel like every song that you trying to put out as a single should have a video because most people, like I got songs that I put out years ago and then I put out the video and they say, man, that song, man, I wish I heard that song 3 years ago. I'm like, man, well, I put the song out 3 years ago, but I didn't have a video. So it's like some people they have to see you. Like it's the world we live in now. Like everything. Look at us. We damn zooming. Like I ain't sitting in your office interviewing and they ain't recording us like the old days. We
they
zooming.
Have to see you because they wouldn't believe whatever until they actually see what's going on and see they're actually talking today. So it's an
So you know what I mean, but like it's a different day, and that people want to see you in the video. They want to see you. They want to see your spot. They want to see your black whatever you are. They want to see it. Yeah. So, and I get that. I guess. Yeah. I wish I could just put out the songs because really, like I don't think I'm the flyest player in the world, but I think I could get. You know what I mean? Though, I'm just like I wish it could just be songs. I wish I could just sit in my stuff with my hoodie and chill and put out the music. But you got to have the visuals and you got to show them who you are too with that. So I think it's very important. It's a big part of it.
I think it is. I think it is. And then of course, choosing the right song, which songs you choose for visuals, it's like, how do you go about choosing which song you're going to do a video for?
That matters. For me, I feel like I'll choose a song that needs a visual if it's like one of them songs that need it. I don't know. It just go. It just ends up happening.
Because we wanted to see. You have to see what two people. What they're talking.
For sure. And I've been like all the videos that I've been doing. Like I've been like helping with the direction of all of them. Like I kind of been like getting I ain't holding the camera, but I've been putting my word into it. That creative development. So
that's what's up.
That's a part of it. You gotta have that. You gotta do that. So even if you ain't directing it, like saying what you want for your own video, sometimes you can just give somebody a song and they'll write you. Like I could do that for people too. Like I want to do that type of stuff too. You could give people a song and then let them write the video for you.
Let them
it's possible.
Treatment but you still
all that. Yeah, you still
vision.
The star. Yeah, you tell them how you want to look, whatever, and they'll finish the rest.
Okay.
So that's what it is. But I think everything needs video though. If you try and push it.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to keep you forever. I just want, like I said, I want to have you on and,
for sure.
see the face behind the brand of that.
Most definitely.
That person who is literally spitting bars and
Love.
gassing up the entire
Love.
page. No.
That's love.
I had to say it like that because if I was like somebody didn't know anything about hip hop, that's what my expression would have been like. When I first saw, I was like who is this? You know?
Okay.
And
that's
so
what's up.
I want you
I
to
need
know, that, going forward, we talked about this last night. I had a motivational speaker on last night, Val Speaks, and I started, I became a part of her community just recently because I noticed again what she was putting out, the content. And so I want to leave you with this and say, I want you to start celebrating already. Like, I want you to start, celebrating your victory dance. Sometimes you just gotta talk, you have to speak what's
into existence.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Speak it into existence. Like we know this as artists because we do it already. You write the song.
Oh no, I do it so much in that. I do it to my detriment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because all that futuristic stuff, you don't have 10 years. It's right.
Most definitely.
You're gonna be here longer than that. I'm just saying. Don't say in about 10 years or about 5 more songs, about 4 more songs.
Yes, Lord.
No.
You're right.
You have that one song right there is enough for me just to say, like, let's go.
Yes, Lord. Okay.
And then the other song,
right.
And then of course thinking about you, it's also hot. It's 2 different songs. They're going 2 different directions. But
for sure,
who I saw was you first, and who I heard was a lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
That's love.
And when I heard, I thought about Nas. I thought about DMX. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought about Tupac, and I thought about Nipsey Hussle.
That's love.
So
I don't get no bigger than that.
I want you, when you later on tonight, your kids gonna look at you crazy, but I want you to walk in the living room and walk up towards the counter and receive your Grammy tonight. Okay?
I'm getting it.
For
it's
Hip
love.
Hop Artist of the Year.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
So let's stay in touch, please, Bizzel.
For sure.
And,
I got to come back.
Talk about you writing something for me because I would appreciate that too.
Oh no, I'm starting that up now. Okay. I'm starting that up. It ain't no way around it.
I'll send you the link so you can kind of hear more of my different styles too.
Send me that, please. Send me that. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, we're very proud of you. We're very proud.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much.
Okay.
I really appreciate you. It's big love.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace out.
All right. See you in a minute. All right.
Bye bye.